Ladies and gentlemen, your senior years are not a countdown to the end, but a divine opportunity to walk in wisdom, influence, and legacy. You were not designed to retire into irrelevance. These years are not leftovers. They are the prime cuts of your life. But to walk in that truth, there are 5 things you must stop doing immediately. Let's get to them. Stop saying, "It's too late." The most dangerous lie that creeps into the minds of people in their senior years is the whisper that their time has passed, that they have missed their moment, that purpose has an expiration date. But purpose is not seasonal, it is eternal. It was assigned to you before the foundations of the world, and it doesn't vanish because of a date on the calendar or the color of your hair. Let me tell you, if you are still here, breathing, walking, thinking, speaking, then you are still needed. You are still on assignment. You are still carrying something this world has not yet seen. God does not create anything without intention, and He does not sustain anything without reason. So if you're still standing, there is still a reason. You don't get to decide when your purpose ends. Only the one who gave it does. The phrase, "it's too late," is a mental prison. It is the language of those who have confused delay with denial. Just because something didn't happen when you thought it should doesn't mean it was never meant to. Some of the most powerful moments in history were born in what the world called old age. Abraham was called a father of nations when he had no children. Moses led millions out of bondage when most people would have been preparing for death. Caleb took his mountain in his 80s. Purpose doesn't care about age, it cares about obedience. You see, the clock on the wall measures time, but it does not measure significance. A young person can live 100 years and still die full of potential, but a senior who rises up in their 60s, 70s, or 80 years with renewed vision can do more in 5 years of clarity than they did in 50 years of confusion. Your latter days can be greater than your former, but only if you stop bowing to the lie that your best days are behind you. You are not too old, you are too valuable to waste the time you still have believing a lie. When you say it's too late, what you're really doing is burying your calling in the graveyard of your excuses. But heaven is still waiting for you to finish what you were sent here to do. The earth is still groaning for the manifestation of your wisdom, your gifts, your voice. There are people connected to your obedience, people who will never rise if you don't speak. There are problems your hands were designed to solve, and there are younger generations that will never walk into destiny if they don't see you finish yours. You must shift your mindset. You must rise up in this season and declare that your time is not over. Your time is now. This is not the time to slow down into comfort. It is the time to speed up into significance. Don't count your years. Make your years count. Don't reminisce about what could be. Build what still can be. Stop saying it's too late and start asking what is still in me that the world has not yet seen. Because you're not here to fade. You're here to finish. You're not just growing old, you're growing wise. And your wisdom, when paired with purpose, becomes a force that hell cannot stop and history cannot ignore. Stop saying it's too late and stop living in regret. Those two lies work together like silent thieves, robbing people in their senior years of the richest season of their lives. The first tells you you're done, and the second tells you you've failed. Together, they convince you to sit down when you should be standing, to be quiet when you should be speaking, and to fade away when you were called to shine brighter than ever before. Let's set the record straight. Your age is not a curse, it's a credential. It's evidence that you've survived battles, endured storms, learned lessons, and gathered wisdom that only time can give. But none of that matters if you keep telling yourself it's too late to matter now. You don't need more years. You need more vision. Purpose doesn't retire. Vision doesn't fade with time. It fades with fear, with doubt, and with regret. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens a soul can carry. It ties you to a version of yourself that no longer exists. It chains you to past decisions, past relationships, past failures, and it blinds you from seeing the opportunities that still lie ahead. Regret says, if only. But purpose says, even now. The truth is you can't rewrite the past, but you can redefine its meaning. You can take the lessons and use them as fuel. You can turn pain into purpose. You can turn scars into strategies for someone else's healing, but you must stop rehearsing what you cannot change. Some of you are still angry about what didn't happen. The business that failed, the dream that didn't launch, the relationship that ended, the family that broke. And now you sit in your senior years, surrounded not by joy, but by what ifs. That is not the way